Welcome to a new motivational video of life-changing quotes from history's greatest. Today we share educational, inspiring, and motivational quotes from one of the greatest military leaders in the history of mankind, Napoleon Bonaparte. Please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel so you don't have to miss any of my new videos. Make sure you watch the video until the end to find out Napoleon's biggest achievements. Let us start with some historical background. Napoleon Bonaparte was a French military leader and emperor who conquered much of Europe in the early 19th century. Born on the island of Corsica in 1769, Napoleon rapidly rose through the ranks of the military during the French Revolution. After seizing political power in France in a 1799 coup d'état, he crowned himself emperor in 1804. He was shrewd, ambitious, and a skilled military strategist and successfully waged war against various coalitions of European nations and expanded his empire. However, after a disastrous French invasion of Russia in 1812, Napoleon abdicated the throne 2 years later and was exiled to the island of Elba. In 1815, he briefly returned to power in his 100 Days campaign. After a crushing defeat at the Battle of Waterloo, he abdicated once again and was exiled to the remote island of St. Helena, where he died at 51. Get inspired by some of Napoleon's life-changing quotes. The only way to lead people is to show them a future. A leader is a dealer in hope. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. When a government is dependent upon bankers for money, they and not the leaders of the government control the situation, since the hand that gives is above the hand that takes. Money has no motherland, financiers are without patriotism and without decency. Their sole object is gain. Courage isn't having the strength to go on. It is going on when you don't have strength. In politics, stupidity is not a handicap. Show me a family of readers, and I will show you the people who move the world. Religion is excellent stuff for keeping common people quiet. Religion is what keeps the poor from murdering the rich. History is a set of lies agreed upon. Imagination governs the world. If you want a thing done well, do it yourself. Nothing is more difficult, and therefore more precious, than to be able to decide. History is written by the winners. One must learn to forgive and not to hold a hostile, bitter attitude of mind, which offends those about us and prevents us from enjoying ourselves. One must recognize human shortcomings and adjust himself to them rather than to be constantly finding fault with them. The only victories which leave no regret are those which are gained over ignorance. As for me, to love you alone, to make you happy, to do nothing which would contradict your wishes. This is my destiny and the meaning of my life. Take time to deliberate, but when the time for action comes, stop thinking and go in. If I had to choose a religion, the sun as the universal giver of life would be my God. Alexander, Caesar, Charlemagne, and I have founded empires. But on what did we rest the creations of our genius? Upon force. Jesus Christ founded his empire upon love, and at this hour millions of men would die for him. There are but two powers in the world, the sword and the mind. In the long run, the sword is always beaten by the mind. China is a sleeping giant. Let him sleep, for if he wakes, he will shake the world. The world suffers a lot, not because of the violence of bad people, but because of the silence of the good people. He who fears being conquered is sure of defeat. The reason most people fail instead of succeed is they trade what they want most for what they want at the moment. A picture is worth 1,000 words. To write history, one must be more than a man, since the author who holds the pen of this great justiciary must be free from all preoccupation of interest or vanity. A woman laughing is a woman conquered. It is the cause, not the death, that makes the martyr. 10 people who speak make more noise than 10,000 who are silent. Death is nothing, but to live defeated and inglorious is to die daily. Men are more easily governed through their vices than through their virtues. Ability is of little account without opportunity. Throw off your worries when you throw off your clothes at night. Courage is like love. It must have hope for nourishment. 4 hostile newspapers are more to be feared than 1,000 bayonets. If we could read the past histories of all our enemies, we would disregard all hostility for them. The greatest danger occurs at the moment of victory. It's the unconquerable soul of man, and not the nature of the weapon he uses, that ensures victory. In our time, none has the conception of what is great. It is up to me to show them. All great events hang by a single thread. The clever man takes advantage of everything, neglects nothing that may give him some added opportunity. The less clever man, by neglecting one thing, sometimes misses everything. Great ambition is the passion of a great character. Those endowed with it may perform very good or very bad acts. All depends on the principles which direct them. I am surrounded by priests who repeat incessantly that their kingdom is not of this world, and yet they lay hands on everything they can get. Impossible is the word found only in a fool's dictionary. Wise people create opportunities for themselves and make everything possible. I start out by believing the worst. There is joy and danger. Success is the most convincing talker in the world. The herd seek out the great, not for their sake but for their influence, and the great welcome them out of vanity or need. When you have an enemy in your power, deprive him of the means of ever injuring you. What is the government? Nothing, unless supported by opinion. Nothing is lost as long as courage remains. Courage cannot be counterfeited. It is one virtue that escapes hypocrisy. It requires more courage to suffer than to die. If you wish to be a success in the world, promise everything, deliver nothing. Napoleon's biggest achievements. In 1796, a new governing body, the Directory, made Napoleon the commander of the French army in Italy, which was then fighting the Austrians and their allies. The Italian campaign showed Napoleon's military genius. He bewildered his enemies with his rapid movements. He also centralized the government, reorganized the banking and educational systems, supported the arts, and improved relations between France and the Pope. His most significant achievement was the Napoleonic Code, which streamlined the French legal system. How to find motivation and never give up on your dreams. The only way to achieve your dreams is by staying consistent and doing the work even when you do not feel motivated to do it. What are you doing to achieve your dreams, and which quote resonates with you or made you pause and think? Share your answer in the comments below. Please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel so you don't have to miss any of my new videos.